Hello everyone, Michaela here. I am hopping on live to give you guys another free tip. This is a free tip for all of you actors out there. How to be a pro at memorizing lines. So this is a really good tip for you guys because as an actor, we're going to be constantly memorizing lines, whether we're memorizing lines for an audition or just in practice or on a set. Especially, we really have to know how to do this. It's a vital skill. So some of you guys, maybe it's not like your strongest thing. Maybe it's like, oh, I have a difficult time memorizing lines. Or maybe for others, it's like, oh, it's so easy to memorize lines. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips, whether you're a pro at this already or whether this is something that you're working on to help you guys memorize these lines. So for me, having been an actor, having working in Hollywood, having done this and working on sets and doing these things, as well as even working as a director and now as a screenwriter and all these things, I constantly have to be thinking about the lines and learning lines and all of this stuff. And so for me, I have been able to have like a natural skill at memorizing lines. So if you have that, that is great. But for those of you who don't have that, here's a few tips. So what I would do is I would just look at the lines a lot. Just keep looking at the lines and read them out loud to yourself. So get your script, read them over and over and over again, practice with somebody over and over and over again so that you can get those lines memorized. So really it's just about repetition and it's about practice. Another thing that actually helps too is if you, let's say you don't have a scene partner or someone to practice lines with, you can actually record yourself saying the other lines. That's the other character. And then you can like pause in between and then you're able to say your line actually while you're listening to the recording. And you can just do this throughout your day. So if as well, one of the things that I actually suggest if you would rather not like record the other person's line, the better way to do it is actually to record your own lines. That's in my opinion. You can do both ways and kind of go back and forth. One is kind of like once you feel like you're memorizing, it's like, okay, the other character will say the lines and then I'll say the lines and you can practice that way. But if you actually record your own lines and you just listen to that on repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, you may want to record the other character's lines as well, like I said, but just listen to those lines on repeat so that you can have them memorized. Now, here's a little disclaimer on this. Be very, very careful as an actor not to get in a rut though. So because if you do practice over and over and over again, and like you're constantly listening to the lines and stuff all the time, it is easy to get stuck in like a rut. And what I mean by that is like you're not able to be directable. So you are so used to doing the line one way, that's the only way you're going to do it. And when someone gives you directions to change it and make it different, you can't. So just be very, very, very careful about that as well when you're memorizing. So normally what I suggest do not memorize your lines if you're going into an audition, unless specifically said you're like told to. So if you're told like you need to have this memorized, then of course memorize it. But if they don't say anything like whether you need to memorize it or not, don't memorize it because it's very easy to get just stuck in repetition and you need to mostly be able to be directable. But when you're on set, obviously you do have to memorize your lines. So those are the few tips that I have for you just by practice. And plus, if you're working on like a TV show, for example, you're going to be practicing over and over and over again and memorizing lines. Now, another part to this tip, I know it's a little bit long, but another part to this tip is actually being able to memorize lines on the spot. So when you're actually on the set and let's say they change your line, let's say that you have a small paragraph of a line that is changed or even just a small line, whatever it is, and they tell you, okay, here's the new line and go, right? So you have to be able to also memorize on the spot. So this is something some people do have it naturally. Some people really have to work hard at it. And it's very, very difficult to do. So just know that and just know that it takes a lot of practice. It's not really something that like a coach can teach you. It really is something that you have to like go on set and actually practice. It's like putting it into practice to be able to just take a line, memorize it on the spot and then say it. So I hope these tips helped you guys. And that's basically it for that tip. But great news, I have free training. It's opened up right now. So I did change the date, you guys. I changed the date. It is now July 11th. It's Sunday, July 11th. So if you saw June 27th, that is incorrect. It is now July 11th. I had to move it because of some scheduling. I sent out an email blast. I put up a new post on this Facebook page, so you guys should know about that. If you guys, for those of you who've already like put your name in for the running, I sent you all the information about that name change. You probably got an email from me. It is not a congrats email. It is just an email saying like there is a date change. But it is happening July 11th. I have two. One is for aspiring Christian actors. So if you want to learn how to maneuver the acting industry as a Christian, that is going to be really great for you. And then also I have another one for screenwriters and directors. And that one is going to be like we're going to learn the basics of the professional forms of screenwriting and directing, including like formatting and treatments and creative process and things like that, as well as directing in pre-production, production, and post-production. So each session is 2 hours. It is live through Zoom with me. So if you guys really want to get in, it's going to be very limited. So sign up as soon as you can. I have all the instructions in the description. If you click on the link that's in there, just read the instructions in the description. There's a link that you're going to click. And on that link has a lot of information. So guys, if you want the best chance of getting into this free training, read all those instructions, because if there's some missing pieces, it might hinder your chances of getting into the training. So again, it is limited. Just because you sign up does not mean that you are in. I just want to let you guys know that. But don't worry if you are not in and you are on my email list for this, you actually do get exclusive, basically like, how would I say this? You're going to be told ahead of time. I can't even talk today. You're going to be told ahead of time when my next free training is. So you get told before everybody else does, because I put it out on Facebook. So before it even goes on Facebook, you get the first shot at getting into the free training on the next one. So okay, so that's about it. If you want to check out my full-length courses, they are open for enrollment. They're going to be starting in July. So if you want to take a look at that, my website is in the description too. All right, thanks for hanging in with me, you guys, because I know this was a long one, but I hope it helped you guys, and I hope you guys can make it for my free training. Until next time, bye for now.